So then the next one is the episode called The Puppet Show, which this school is running a talent show.
Yeah.
Which I think at that point, you're at the point now where, you know, Buffy and Xander and Willow decide to become fully realised characters, and that almost writes itself.
Yeah.
Like, they're in a talent show. There's your episode.
Yeah.
And it's also an introduction of the new head teacher. The old head teacher gets killed by the wolf pack earlier on. Literally, they get eaten.
Yeah.
And Xander, well, no, Xander doesn't eat them, but the wolf pack like cannibalises the teacher, or the head teacher.
Yeah.
So they introduce a new head teacher, which is played by, I don't know the actor's name, but he's Quarth in Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Okay.
And he's great, he's a lot of fun. We actually have a signed photograph by him hanging on our wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a lot of fun, and basically he's like, Buffy Summers, you're a delinquent and you're not allowed to get out, and I know what to do with you, we'll put you in a talent show. And it's great, you know, like they're awkward and they don't know what they're going to do, and essentially it's all about like how it realises their like worst fears. So that was a lot of fun.
What's Buffy's talent?
I forgot what it is now. Oh my god. I've forgotten.
Oh well.
I've forgotten. But it's all about this thing where... Or is it? Is it that episode? That's it, yeah, okay. So, yeah, no, it's a talent show episode, yeah, and it's all about this ventriloquist puppet that's been, like, possessed and stuff, and the ventriloquist puppet is making this boy do stuff against his will, and it's a lot of fun until there's a bit of a twist about towards the end, which I think kind of undermines it a little bit. It turns out it's not the puppet's fault, it's this evil demon, and the puppet's actually the possessed body of like a demon hunter just inside of a puppet.
Right.
Which is a bizarre twist, but
yeah.
I kind of liked it. And yeah, so then you have the episode which is all about like the nightmares episode, which that's one where like all their worst fears are met, and that's one where Willow gets like stage fright. She's like about to sing a song, but she's like stops and she can't continue. And then it's the episode Out of Mind, Out of Sight, which is the Invisible Girl episode we talked about before.
Yeah.
And then the series ends on a really strong note with Prophecy Girl, which concludes the Season 1 storyline. The Season 1 storyline concerns the return of a villain called the Master, who is an ancient evil vampire who's trapped in some realm and he's trying to escape. He needs to kill the Slayer to escape, or he needs to do something. And he kidnaps like a child and turns him into the Anointed One.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and it's really funny how they deal with the Anointed One in Season 2. Because you get the impression from the fan base that nobody really likes the Anointed One. He's pretty like a really irritating little child. And not Giles, Spike basically just kills him at the start of Season 2. He's like, oh, this is my place now! And like he just takes the Anointed One and just chucks him away and throws him in a cage and then kills him.
Oh, good.
And that's it. It's like, yep, that's it, that's done. All the Season 1 villains are dead now. Great.
Oh, good.
So yeah, so the Master creates an Anointed One, and it's like a child which will lead the Slayer. It's all part of the prophecy. It'll lead the Slayer to the Master, and the Master will kill the Slayer, and then he's able to escape. Yeah. So all of this comes to pass, but with a little help from Buffy's friends, Xander and the mysterious character Angel, who I've not really talked about much yet. She manages to escape, she's brought back to life from the dead, and then she defeats the Master in a pretty kick-ass sequence, and everything's rounded off nicely, and it leads into summer break.
Yay!
Yay! I like that as well, that like the cut between seasons is summer vacation. That's nice, and the opening of Season 2 is really interesting, but I'll get to that when I do my full Season 2 review later on.
Yeah. So how well has Season 1 dated?
Well, the first half is okay.
Yeah.
But I think it's creative enough that you can still watch it.
Okay.
You can tell it's going to become a great show.
Is it the kind of thing where you wouldn't watch it twice? You wouldn't like sit back and watch
I won't
episodes again?
I won't go back on maybe not the first half. I want to go back and watch the first half again. But there's elements that indicate that it's going to become a great show. It's very creative, the characters are really likeable, it's really funny, it creates a really nice world. And then the second half is almost like the fulfillment of the promise.
Yeah.
Kind of thing where like, oh, this is great. Even if it sticks to this format, it's going to be pretty great as long as we don't run out of ideas.
Yeah.
it's all really fun stuff, you know, stuff like the Nightmares episode or the Ventriloquist Puppet episode or the Invisible Girl episode. Stuff like that is a key indicator of where the show is going to be going. So again, it's very well established as the Monster of the Week stuff. So the second half has aged relatively okay. The first half, not so much,
Yeah.
I would say. But I've got a couple little, just a few little minor things with the show, with the first season, which I was a bit meh about. So I always found it a little bit weird that like Buffy's mum has never caught on to the fact that she's the Slayer.
Oh, I think they do that for ages.
Yeah, which I find a little bit odd.
Yeah.
Either the mum's completely unaware, or we're going to do a twist, or something.
Well, it's just a cliche, isn't it? Like, oh, she has to escape her mother. It's to create a false sense of like conflict. Like
now, to be fair on the show, they don't make Buffy's mum into like the "you can't go out after dark" and then Buffy's gonna sneak out and defy her mother kind of thing. Her mum's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, she's like she's really relaxed with Buffy and she accepts Buffy for who she is, even though there's elements of it that she doesn't understand. So they do the best they can with that cliche, I think. And that's only minor though. I don't have a major problem with it because I kind of get it, but I do find it a little bit odd. Now oh no, that was it. I'm sorry, I want to mention about the Nightmares one. The Nightmare one is I'm sure it's coming back to me now, but like Willow's is afraid of stage fright, and then with Buffy, it's about being rejected by her dad. Her dad just treats her like shit, just like, oh, you're worthless and I'm so disappointed in you and yada yada yada, and that's like the worst. That's her worst fear.
Yeah.
So little stuff like that's really good, really clever.
Yeah.
My only major complaint with season 1 is the character of Angel.
Oh yeah.
Angel's okay.
Yeah.
He gets better in season 2 when we realise that Angel can be quite a funny character in his own way. Basically, he's funny but at the expense of himself.
Yeah.
He's like an ultra serious, brooding vampire who has a tortured past. He's like very brooding and very emo, and Buffy, of course, finds this very attractive, and the characters start to have a weird relationship.
This is sounding like another vampire thing.
I know, right? I know.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Buffy has balls compared to Twilight.
Yeah.
So you know, it never goes down the way of. Actually, there is a scene actually.
Yeah.
Where you know how in Twilight.
I've never seen it, but yeah, I can't.
Well, you know, it's a really famous scene in Twilight where like Bella's sleeping in the bed and Edward's watching her sleep.
No.
Do you not know about it? A dead famous scene, really creepy.
Yeah.
She's sleeping in a bed and Edward's just sat there watching her like.
Well, we've all done that.
Everyone's been there.
Yeah.
And it's creepy and it's stalkerish, but she finds it charming.
All right.
And like, ooh, he watched me while I sleep. Ooh. Well, I think like 99.9% of all girls in the world will be like, what the fuck are you doing? Get out of my bedroom, you creep.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what Buffy says, as I remember it.
Yeah.
But the scene is quite eerily similar.
Okay.
But Buffy's definitely more badass than Twilight.
Oh, good.
But yeah, Angel himself is a bit of a wet blanket. I don't really care for him as a character. I don't really care for ultra brooding characters.
No.
You know, even stuff like Batman, the whole like, my parents are dead. Like, certainly in the Christopher Nolan universe. In the comics, Batman is a little bit different to that. He's long gotten over it.
Yeah.
So instead they give him more trauma for him to not get over.
Oh, good.
So you have like him, you have the death of his parents, which he eventually gets over. And then you have the death of one of the Robins, Jason Todd, because the Joker kills one of the Robins. Famously, he was a Robin that nobody liked, and so there was like get this right, there was a competition in one of the Batman comics to like a dial-in thing. Should Jason Todd be killed or not? Yes or no, should he be killed? And millions of people responded, and apparently it was very close, but it was a yes. So the Joker brutally killed Jason Todd by blowing him up.
Yeah.
And so Batman never forgave himself for that.
Oh, good.
And then they had it where Barbara Gordon, who's Jim Gordon's daughter, she gets paralysed by the Joker, and that's even more guilt complex for Batman to get over.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ, let the poor guy just live his life.
How about win?
Yeah. He's like a Game of Thrones character, he never wins. But yeah, but that aside, I don't care for Angel.
No.
He's more tolerable in season 2, but yeah, he's just a little bit of an ultra brooding, like, oh, I'm so tortured. I like the high school setting. That's, you know, obviously that's an obvious thing to say, but it works really well.
Yeah.
I also like the cool club they go to, the Bronze.
Oh yeah.
The Bronze is a really cool place.
I remember the lame ass 90s bands that play there.
Yeah. It's like, oh, well, I've never heard of these before, so these must be like an irrelevant 90s band now. Seth Green's not in it yet. He's in season 2.
Is it?
It's really funny in season 2 because. Genuinely funny because he falls in love with Willow, of course, and every time Willow walks past, he never notices him, and he's like, "Who is that girl?" And like he never recognises it because she's always like in a costume. So they build upon that. But yeah, so it's not. I'm talking season 1 in context. So how about half through season 2, where things are getting like great, like genuinely really really great. So I'm really enjoying season 2. So I'm looking back in season 1 in retrospect, basically. And yeah, elements of it hold up, but you know, even in season 2 standards, I can see how plots that we would have done in season 1 would have been much more well handled in season 2.
Yeah.
So I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really liked it.
What is it out of 10?
Oh god, it's like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty fair. It's got an okay-ish first half, a great second half, and there's elements of the show which are improved upon later on, but it's more like the potential.
Yeah.
I was talking the other day about Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
And how I didn't get into it, and I'm like, you know, even in something like Buffy, well, like the first 2 episodes of Buffy aren't great.
Yeah.
There were elements I could latch onto, so I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Oh, okay, I wonder how they're going to develop that. Oh, I like that character. I want to see where this character goes. I want to see where this is taken. So even if like your pilot's not like great, or even your first season's not great, as long as there's elements where I'm like, okay, I can latch onto that. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to seeing where that's going to go, then you've done your job well. Yeah. And Better Call Saul had nothing.
That's true.
Nothing I could latch onto that I could care about, so I just didn't want to watch the show.
Yeah.
While Buffy, yeah, there's weakish elements in there, but overall, you know, they're young and they're enthusiastic, and it's before Joss Whedon became a pretentious arsehole. Yeah. So it's tolerable, it's fine. Yeah. So I mean, I'm looking forward to watching the whole series. I'm really enjoying it. I can see myself becoming a bit of a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, definitely. Yeah. I already am, to be honest, a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good show.
It's really good. Yeah. I'm just kind of kicking myself. It's taken me so long to get around to it. But 2015 for me has been the year of me catching up on television. Yeah. I've watched so many great shows this year for the first time. Yeah. Arrested Development, and Deadwood, and Buffy, and I'm rewatching Sopranos, and I'm watching more TV than film. Yeah. And all games, which is madness for me. Yeah. So, yeah.
But yeah. That's it. When are they going to bring Buffy back like the X-Files?
I think they'll do it.